The Wipeout course. Like Christmas morning, it's a hallowed family tradition. Like the Thanksgiving dinner table, it's among the most notable fields of combat in human history.
And like Easter, there are surprises around every corner. Welcome one and all to Wipeout Canada's first ever family Smackdown.
My brother thinks he's strong, but that fool is wrong. Woo!
Ah, ain't family grand. They say you can't pick your family, but what do they know? So we picked 10 families to battle it out for a $50,000 grand prize.
Will these family bonds withstand the spectacular spills and terrific tumbles of our fearsome course? The 4 contestants left standing will face off in the always treacherous Wipeout zone.
From 10 families, only one person can emerge victorious. One will win, many will shame their family's name for all eternity, but everyone will wipe out.
I'm nervous as hell.
Welcome to a special episode of Wipeout Canada, the Family Smackdown Edition. I'm Jonathan Torrens, and this is my brother from another mother and father, Ennis Esmer.
Hi.
Today we're celebrating the glue that holds this fine country together.
Coffee and donuts?
Not quite, no.
Hockey? No, maple syrup, that's stinky.
Families, Ennis. The ties that bind.
Yeah.
This is me with my beautiful wife, Carol, and our daughter, Sugar Daisy. The people who are there for me day and night through thick and thin. This is my family.
This is me and my cat.
Should be proud.
Yeah.
You should be.
She's a little cutie.
So here's how this works. Each family has 2 members competing, but the regular rules still apply. They'll compete individually, trying to win the ultimate prize of $50,000.
But before the finals or even a twinkle in their eyes, they'll have to survive our very own baptism by fire, the Qualifier round.
First, our families will face the disgusting dirty balls. Next, they'll bob and weave their way across the sucker punch wall, take a bounce across the legendary big balls, and finally fly through the donut swing to stop the clock.
I can't wait to start the families feuding, so let's get to it.
Our first contestants are a father and son team from Ancaster, Ontario, John and John Rasmussen. They're down on the course with the 3rd member of our loving Wipeout Canada family, Jessica Phillips.
How could I make a nickname for you guys? So
We numbered ourselves, so it'd be easy for you.
Very convenient for you.
So who's gonna win it today?
I will.
He's competing?
Ooh, I like the competitive nature. Now, what are the rules like in your household? Are girls allowed to call at any time of the night? And...
If they want to start calling, I can give his number out. So, you know, look at all you're getting there.
Yeah, that'll keep the call center busy.
That's not right. John Jr.'s cool in his own way.
Woo! But JT, he just actually said the words woo-hoo. So that might explain the lack of phone calls.
Well, let's see if John Jr. can show his dad he's not a loser, at least out on the course. Yeah, that's not gonna help.
He already wiped out.
At the dirty balls, John 2.0 tries a single leap but fails.
Whoa, look how he manages to stay on his feet. He doesn't get bogged down in the mud.
Well, there's not much there for the mud to stick to, is there? John Jr. now at the sucker punch wall. If he can tap the white glove, he gets to move on, even if he falls.
Yikes, takes one right in the kisser.
In fact, that may have been his first kiss.
But he did manage to grab the white glove on the way down, so he'll move on to the big balls. Nice work, little guy.
He hops across to the second ball, stumbles, but manages to stay on. He's back up to the 3rd, looking good for once in his life. And of all people, is this guy making it across?
Yes, unlike with popular girls at his school, he refuses to get shot down. He swings and makes it through, sort of.
Smooth. You know, the clock doesn't stop until both legs are down.
Come on, teeny me, you can do it. Yes. Now it's John Sr.'s turn to show Junior he's still got it.
Upstaging his kid right out of the gate.
John Sr. at the big balls, gonna be tough to outdo his son here. Now who's the grown-up who can handle responsibility and should be allowed to borrow the car because he's responsible? And Mom said it was okay, but you're all, no, JT, so the girls never see me driving and think I'm a lame-o and won't talk to me and I won't even have a girlfriend till I'm 30. I'm okay.
John Sr. at the donut swing. Can he avoid getting hog-tied like his son?
He swings and...
Darn.
Hey, watch the language, John Sr. This is a family show. Heck, it's the family episode.
So John Sr. finishes just 6 seconds behind his tremendously dorky son.
Finally, family getting along. Kind of. Let's have more of that.
Well, there's getting along because you want to, then there's getting along because your controlling wife makes you.
What are we, some kind of trashy talk show all of a sudden?
Husbands and the wives that control them. Coming up on the next Ennis. It's a growing trend, a result of the sensitive 90s guy thing, perhaps. Whatever the case, couples where a domineering wife gets anything she wants are increasingly common. Meet our first guests, Pam Greenley and Tim Real, a married couple from London, Ontario, who make a not-so-great team with a not-so-great name.
Team Dinkwad!
No, explain Team Dinkwad to me, please.
A dinkwad is double income, no kids with a dog.
Oh, okay.
I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do laundry, I won't do anything around the house at all.
What are your daily duties at the house?
Feed the dog, bit of laundry, vacuuming. She has no idea what color the vacuum is.
Now, joining us as usual is pretend doctor of psychology, Mil Fagras. Thank you, doctor.
No surprise here in this. Pants wearer Pam has decided she'll be going first. Now that's classic triple B syndrome. Bossy boots behavior, y'all.
You can really tell she is not used to getting her hands dirty.
Or the rest of her, for that matter.
I still feel sexy. I'm still pretty.
She's more worried about looking good than having to do the laundry. What am I saying? She doesn't do the laundry.
Now, Mil Fagras relation tip number 1. Don't ever laugh at your wife.
I think he's forgotten he's the one who'll be washing that dress. Unless, there, now you won't have to.
I enjoyed that.
Not as much as Tim did. We'll see who's laughing now. Now let's take a closer look at the whipped husband.
What do we think, audience? Is he whipped? He's whipped, all right. Take out the garbage. Fix me a mojito. Drive me to my mani-pedi.
But with a strong run so far, Ennis, you can see his confidence growing.
Dad, you clean the house from now on.
Looks like Whipped Tim has grown a backbone here. Will that make a difference?
No, I'm not.
No, it will not.
Too bad, but that cracking whip motivated him to a safe landing on the donut swing.
Now let's meet husband and wife couple Jeannie Tam and Lee Upshaw of Waterloo, Ontario.
And how did you guys meet?
Can't answer this one.
We met at work, actually.
And have you trained him?
Well, of course I have. Hello.
How long did that take?
Not long. He
Yeah?
was an easy man to break.
And what will you do with $50,000?
Whatever she tells me to.
Picking Jeannie up at the sucker punch. Oh, she is absolutely clobbered. That's tragic.
That was so perfectly timed, it was like an unseen hand was guiding it.
Whatever she tells me to. Whatever she tells me to.
For the first time ever, she loses her iron grip and lets go of the rope.
Fagras relation tip number 2. If you're upset, figure out how to cool off.
Will you go already?
Looking like a yes deer in the headlights, Lee had better get a move on like he was told.
He's not showing a lot of experience with balls now, is he? Which isn't really a shocker.
Watching Lee lazily climb the ramp to the big balls, I'm getting a sneaking suspicion coming on Wipeout Canada may have been Jeannie's idea.
It's true, Ennis. It's almost like his spirit was broken before he even started.
What's this? It looks like our henpecked husband has found some chutzpah.
I love you now. I love you.
And now he's inexplicably lost that mini momentum.
Love you.
Yup. Jeannie's voice stopped him cold.
So, Dr. Mill, any final words of advice for Jeannie?
Marry someone cooler next time.
What about for Lee?
Fake your own death. Getting a little tired of all these dysfunctional families, Ennis.
Well, JT, this next duo may just be the breath of fresh air you're looking for. Meet Jasmine and Mariah Stevens, a pair of sisters from Toronto who are into the arts.
How nice.
I'm full of gas. I'm gonna kick some ass.
I thought you said they were into the arts.
Just wait for it.
Farts. Farts. They're everywhere.
Farts. Farts. Everyone's scared.
You see? Poetry. The spoken word. That's art. Jessica responds with a toot of her own, sending Jasmine on her way.
Kind of a weak one.
Yeah, but it's perfect for sneaking out in a crowded room and or, say, a broadcast booth.
Oh, come on, man.
The first of the flatulent femmes approaches the dirty balls. Oh, and she draws mud immediately.
What? Whoa. Now Jasmine's on the sucker punch wall. Her plan is to one-cheek sneak past the gloves.
Or to fall directly in the mud for no reason. Next up, Jasmine faces something else filled with hot air, the big balls.
She jumps and ran out of gas right away.
I need fart power.
Actually, our judges have checked the rule book. Fart power is allowed on the course as long as it's not ignited in any way.
You know, you'd be surprised how many times we've had to enforce that.
Oh, too far right. She missed by a squeaker. Needed a little more juice. Poor choice of words. I'm immediately sorry for that.
Let's pick up farting sister Mariah on the dirty balls. Whoa, okay, we got ourselves a screamer. This is always fun.
Yeah, it's like watching women's tennis.
Aw, nice to know family's always there for you when you need them, huh? Screaming Mariah at the big balls. Well, this ought to be loud. It's this kind of support that makes family so special, isn't it?
Screaming Mariah now at the donut swing. You know, I'm hoping for a grand finale here. Bravo! Yes, encore.
And check this out. Like sister, like sister. So the farting sisters made some noise in the qualifier. None of it good, mind you. And we'll have to wait and see if their chances of moving on are left floating in the wind. We've already seen fathers and sons,
Spousal spats.
even sisters duke it out.
Stay tuned for more sibling rivalries.
Mothers and daughters.
And of course, to find out which 12 will move on. We'll be right back with all that and much more on Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition. Welcome back to Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition.
Half of our family teams have run the course, and we've seen some decent times, and more importantly, some excellent wipeouts.
Though they came in family pairs, they're all competing as individuals for the chance to win a $50,000 jackpot that they have no intention of sharing with relatives.
So let the qualifier continue.
Oh yeah.
Next up is Adrian and Sarah Griffith from Brampton, Ontario.
Who have brought their sibling rivalry to Wipeout Canada.
Would you cheer for her? Probably.
Yeah.
Now, break it up, kids. Adrian, quit teasing your sister. Sarah, quit aggravating your brother. Do I have to stop this show?
Let's see which Griffith comes away with bragging rights. Here's Sarah at the big balls.
These balls are huge.
And she's tossed down like her brother found her on the top bunk.
That brotherly love and compassion just oozing out of Adrian's pores.
It really is touching. Can we get a translation?
Sister Sarah getting ready to swing for her supper. And no, she forgot to hold the rope. Adrian?
Now it's Adrian's turn to show little sis how it's done.
Ow! Adrian, obviously very protective of Sarah's feelings. He chooses to make a huge embarrassment of himself so she doesn't feel alone.
He's such a softie. Adrian finishing things off on the donut swing, and he's through. So much for sparing Sarah's feelings by blowing it. Oh, wait, there he goes. What a guy.
Remember when you could turn on the TV and see wholesome families with happy parents and nice, respectful kids?
Yeah, but instead, we got two moms who want to win so they can afford to move their deadbeat kids out of the house themselves.
Different kind of wholesome show, I guess.
Here's the story of a mom named Laurel who was raising up a sort of creepy son. He would never leave the home and grew a mustache and was a lazy bum.
It's the story of a mom named Lori with a daughter who just loved to be a pain. She would never get a job or earn some money. What a financial drain.
Till the one day when this co-host met his co-host, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch. They must build a course and teach these brats some lessons. This is how they all became the Wipeout Bunch. This is how they all became the Wipeout Bunch. Let's meet the first Wipeout Bunch pair, Laurel and Jonathan Ruiz.
Mom, I told you to wait.
If I saw that mustache in my basement, I'd call an exterminator.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello. And what would you do with 50 grand?
Probably live off my mom some more.
I've seen families fight to stay together and to break apart, but not both at the same time.
And Jonathan's clean through the sucker punch, showing some rare initiative out there. His mom won't even recognize him.
Yeah, he's the guy with the creepy stash.
Jonathan now at the big balls.
Yikes! Goes facial hair first into the third ball and falls faster than his allowance in a recession.
Let's see how his mom, Laurel, does.
She's not exactly burning up the course.
At all. She's worse at moving than her son. 50 G's to help pay to kick her son out does not look within reach. Then again, neither does the end of this obstacle. This could take a while.
Let's just move on to the other half of the Wipeout Bunch, the mom and daughter team of Lori and Kelly Bradley.
If she can win, she can leave. I'll be free.
Mom Lori sets out on the dirty balls. Oh, the mother getting grounded for once. She's not keeping her eye on the prize. Jessica?
$50,000 will get rid of your daughter.
I'm doing it.
Jessica always provides the perfect motivation, you find?
Oh, she got motivated straight in the face.
Kelly kind of enjoyed that.
So here comes daughter Kelly.
I'm not gonna wipe out. I'm not gonna wipe out.
She's obviously read the secret.
I guess she didn't finish it, though.
Let's jump to the big balls. Oh, Oh my!
The big balls toss her out on her butt exactly like her mom wants to.
Just a donut swing to go.
And she just sneaks in, like she'll learn to do after her mother changes the locks.
And by the looks of those times, the future of the Ruiz and Bradley households will be left in the lazy and capable hands of their listless children. Next up is father-daughter duo Ernie and Carly Platt from Chilliwack, BC.
So who do you think's gonna win?
Me.
Me.
What would you do with the money?
1970 Chevelle.
Look at Carly motor through the sucker punch like she's behind the wheel of a 70s Chevalo with the top down. Cherry run.
It's Chevelle, and they aren't convertibles.
Psh, whatever, man. After I'm done with it in the chop shop, it totally will be, bro.
Oh, too much gas and blew a clutch performance, she did.
And what would you do with the money?
I'm gonna go to the local casino and put it all on red.
Yeah, help support your daughter's dreams or blow it all at a casino.
Oh, Papa needs a brand new face.
He put it all on red. Ernie the gambler obviously doesn't know when to hold 'em. Not bad at the old fold 'em part, though.
Hey, it looks just like a roulette wheel.
No, it doesn't. It's a big donut.
Something told me this guy was playing with a short stack.
He's off, and he goes all in on the donut swing. With a time of 2 minutes and 34 seconds, he's a good bet to keep his degenerate dreams alive.
Now it's time to celebrate the zygote-splitting phenomenon known as twins. I'm Jonathan's identical twin brother, Ronathan.
Oh. Hey. Huh? Oh, and I'm Dennis Esmer. Hey, okay. Next up are identical twin brothers Brad and Todd Mann from Burnaby, BC.
So it's twin versus twin to see if either one or both can earn a spot in the next round.
I'm twin number one for a reason, and I'm gonna prove it. Todd was born first because I kicked him out. Now I'm gonna kick his butt again. Yeah!
Todd out first, just like at birth, and oh, takes a huge shot, just like his poor mom at birth.
Todd wonders if brother Brad conjoined him in the mud.
You know you did balls? Have a dream!
At the big balls, eerie how their performances were mirror images of each other.
Yeah, that's eerie. Yeah. Todd goes through with a time of 2 minutes, 48 seconds.
Let's see which one of the brothers does more with his DNA. And Brad beats brother Todd, and he'll be the only man moving on to the sweeper. Hey, really good work with the twin bit.
Cool.
That was
All right,
hilarious.
thanks a lot for letting me do this. This was great. I gotta take a leak. Oh, sorry about that. What did I miss? All right, here we go.
You have a twin?
Twin? No, you'd know if I had a twin.
Why have
What are
you never
talking
told me you have a twin?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, before we unveil the top 12, let's take a moment to single out one contestant for their boneheaded move in this, the Car Star Collision Center's Make It Unhappen Move of the Round.
For this, we go back to the husband and wife team of Lee Upshaw and Jeannie Tam. After going through the motions like he was dragged into being here by a demanding, soul-crushing spouse,
Will you go already?
Lee found new life on the big balls.
And that's when wife Jeannie opened her big mouth and snapped Lee back into his miserable reality,
I love you.
completely losing the will to move on.
Jeannie will move on, but her hubby won't. So for splitting their chances at the cash, I'll bet Jeannie wishes she could make that unhappen. Among those moving on to the sweeper round, we've got farting sisters Mariah and Jasmine Stevens.
And the one good twin, Brad Mann.
Stay tuned, we've got more embarrassing moments to be relived at family reunions for years to come after the break.
Will socially awkward teen John Rasmussen Jr. defy the odds and continue to make his father, any girls watching, and, well, JT proud?
Will a pair of deadbeats and Jonathan and Kelly stick around long enough to be a drain on our bank account?
Find out right here on Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition.
Welcome back to Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition. This week, parents and kids, husbands and wives, even twins are battling it out for bragging rights and $50,000. Family tandems, Rasmussen Jr. and Sr., the farting Stevens sisters, Jasmine and Mariah, Ernie and Carly Platt, and squabbling siblings, Sarah and Adrian Griffith.
As well as solo family members with only one shot at the moolah, including Jonathan Mustache Ruiz and fellow mooch Kelly, twin Brad Mann, and nagging wife Jeannie Tam.
Next up is the last man standing, knockdown, drag-out endurance war known as the Motrin Sweeper Round. Here's how it works. Contestants will try to stay planted on their perch while jumping over the sweeper arm, which gradually increases in speed and height as it goes.
And as my mom always said, the family that brushes together stays together, so they'll have to contend with the added challenge of the terrible toothbrush bristles.
The last 7 standing move on in the competition, and the winner of the round gets a free ticket straight to the Wipeout Zone.
When this is over, it'll look like the end of a Shakespearean tragedy with family members' bodies just littering the field.
Easy, pal. We don't want to scare anybody.
Don't we?
Hey, ladies, I'm still single. You know you want it. You know you want it.
Ladies, seriously, he's single. Anybody, anyone.
Hey, I think John Jr. might be single.
Together they stand, but divided they'll fall. It's time for the Motrin Sweeper Round, Family Edition.
And away we go. Oh, the sweeper wasting no time. Gambling dad Ernie Platt busts out on her own one-armed bandit. But Carly's dreams are still alive, at least until her dad hits her up for money to pay off his bookies.
Adrian Griffith just hangs on, and oh! The same cannot be said for little sister Sarah. She loses this sibling rivalry once and for all.
Ha! Whoa, twin Brad Mann gets brushed aside.
Yikes.
Muscle Carly manages to hang on.
Oh, that unmistakable shriek means screaming sister Mariah Stephen is off. Unfortunately, her sister is still around to stink up the joint.
Oh, and lazy lady Kelly Bradley gets turfed right behind her. The sweeper finally succeeded where her mom has failed. Holy mackerel, the first 5 contestants chucked from the competition in less than 1 spin. Everyone else moves on, but which family name will win the game?
Oh, nagging wife Meanie Jeannie starts the next revolution by getting dragged down like a ball and chain. Now she knows how it feels.
Adrian, the remaining rivalicious Griffith, just manages to hang on.
But farting sister Jasmine can't. Perhaps firing her thruster would have kept her on, but instead she disappears in a puff of, well, you know what.
Look at that, the Rasmussen's up next, and John Sr. just couldn't keep up. But Junior somehow manages to cling to his podium, showing up his competitive dad yet again. Go, Junior! We're down to the final 4. Oh, Adrian Griffith just stays up.
Oh, and John Jr. hanging on like his teenage innocence. Well, JT, the first 8 eliminations are over quicker than an awkward hug between cousins, so that means only 1 member of each remaining family is left to try and lock up a spot in the Wipeout Zone. You can feel the tension.
I gotta pee so bad.
Carly might be feeling the tension a little too much. Still, surviving in the sweeper, we've got newly deaded daughter Carly and rivalicious brother Adrian in your face, Sarah Griffith.
As well as stay-at-home son Jonathan the Mustache Ruiz and lame-o John Jr., who just refuses to follow in his father's footsteps, for now at least.
Look at those little stick arms dragging him back up.
Will he recover in time? He does, and barely hangs on again. Let's raise the arm.
The mustache is over. John 2.0 lands it clean for once, and oh no!
Carly Platt is off. Looks like she'll have to take the dizzy dummy for a spin if she wants a shot at keeping the collectors off her dad's back.
It's going up! It's going up!
Right you are, Mustache. We're raising the bar.
The honor of their families is at stake, and the chance to rub victory in their relative spaces.
Future 40-year-old virgin John 2.0 almost eliminated again.
Okay, these guys are too good. Let's raise that arm one last time.
It's up again.
Oh, and that's all it took. Down goes John 2.0. And a rivalicious Adrian falls right behind him.
That means stay-at-home son Jonathan Ruiz and his wispy mustache are the winners. After so many close calls, my personal hero John Jr. simply couldn't survive one last brush with the sweeper.
And big brother Adrian Griffith got chopped off at the knee and tumbled head first into the water. I'll bet Sarah loved that.
John, you're the winner of the Motrin Sweep Around. You're moving on to the Wipeout Zone. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited, and I think this mustache is giving me my magical powers.
And we're joined by the 6 others moving on to the Dizzy Dummies.
And of these 6, who will master their hearts, minds, and most importantly, stomachs in the Dizzy Dummy?
Will mini Jonathan Torrance, John Rasmussen Jr. prove to his dad that he's a man? I doubt it. Will Adrian Griffith shut his sister up once and for all? Maybe. Or will Jasmine leave everyone in a cloud of, you know, whatever?
One of these families will reign supreme. Find out which after the break right here on Wipeout Canada. Welcome back to Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition.
10 intrepid families from across the land sent 2 champions each to challenge our course and one another. After a grueling qualifier and the sadistic sweeper round, only 7 remained.
Stay-at-home son Jonathan the Mustache Ruiz earned a free pass to the Wipeout zone by winning the sweeper, moving one step closer to that precious independence his mom is hoping for and the new beanbag chair he's hoping for.
Oh, very nice.
The 6 soon-to-be 6 suckers are competitive dad John Sr. and his eager but totally unable to please son John Jr.
I really wanted a brother, Adrian, she who dealt it Jasmine. If I don't win this, my dad gets whacked, Carly, and husband trainer, Meanie Jeannie Tam.
The Dizzy Dummy is made up of a series of 3 spins on this evil contraption, followed by races over different obstacles. In this episode, we have the tippy tables, then the dock maze, and then the tippy tables again.
The twist is that we're calling hands off on all of them. If your hands touch down even the slightest bit, you gotta start over, bro.
I'm here at the Dizzy Dummies with the family members that just didn't make the cut. But they're gonna be here cheering along their other family members that did move on.
Aw, that's sweet. Not exactly enthusiastic, but sweet.
And away we go.
This will make you sicker than if your dad made you smoke a pack of cigarettes when you forgot to make your bed.
That's not why dads make their kids do that.
Don't judge my upbringing, okay? I turned out just fine.
The spinning is done, and big brother Adrian Griffith is the first out of the gate.
A little wobbly toward that first table. Oh! He slips like a tattle from his little sister's mouth.
She's the one laughing now. The younger competitors all just gawking at the table, so John Sr. decides to show them how it's done. Well, how falling down is done, that is.
Nagging wife Meanie Jeannie has a good start, but the tippy tables decide she's not the boss of them.
Wait, what's going on? Sibling Adrian is limping. Is he?
Oh, no.
Yep, he's taken himself out of the race. What happened?
It looks like he may have hurt his ankle, or knee, or elbow, or face. Sensing her window, farting sister Jasmine takes a running start and craps out. John Sr.'s trying to show them how it's done again. He's old enough to have forgotten he tried that already. Almost there, he's down, scrambles, but comes up just short.
Will the son succeed where his dad failed? Oh, no.
Hey, JT, look at this. Slams his ribs and gets a swinging table to the face for good measure. Go to your hospital room, John Jr.
Muscle Carly crashes and burns. Can bossy wife Jeannie make it? Negative.
John Sr. taking some deep breaths. Looks like he's tired, probably of waiting for his son to impress him. He takes off. Quick footwork. Dives and makes it. John Sr. is through to the wipeout zone.
So he finally does show everyone how it's done, setting an example he hopes his son will follow.
For once. Boy, the second spin is always the worst.
Yeah, not counting the first or third spins.
Obviously. Time to cut him loose and see what's what on the dock maze.
John 2.0 is the first to unbuckle, more determined than ever to meet his dad's expectations. Remember, he can't use his hands and awkwardly collapses into the water.
John Jr. did something awkwardly? Never. Muscle Carly guns into the second platform and suffers a one-person pileup. And John Jr. flails helplessly into the water, followed by farting sister Jasmine. So look out for bubbles.
Meanie Jeannie takes advantage of the cleared platforms and moves ahead, but John Jr. is closing in and, oh man, takes them both out.
You know, the saddest part of that is that's probably the closest he's ever been to a girl.
Jasmine looking good.
John Jr. once again coming up from behind. Hey, don't get too close there, Junior.
I think Junior's gonna make it.
And he's there.
Right.
2 Rasmussens in the final.
Still single. Sign up anytime.
2 chances now in the final wipeout, so.
50% shot at $50,000.
Yeah.
But the family with a whopping 0% shot at the money is the Stevens sisters. Jasmine, apparently unable to stomach another ride on the Dizzy Dummy, is bailing out. So a rare occurrence as only 2 contestants are taking this final spin. Carly, my dad's got a gambling problem, Platt, and nagging wife, Meanie Jeannie Tam.
Carly charges to the first table, but crashes harder than her dad's credit score. Meanie Jeannie taking her time.
Oh my God, I can't do this.
She's used to having her husband do everything for her, and that's probably why.
Carly takes off, putting it all on the line like her dad does with her inheritance. skids to a stop at that second table, and takes the final leap, and she's there. What a finish.
Carly, you're moving on to the Wipeout zone. Woo! I'm excited! Woo!
For once, John Jr. wasn't the most awkward person in a group.
John, and Carly, I'm moving on to the Wipeout zone. Woo!
So our final four is set, but before we take you to the electrifying Wipeout zone where they'll be slammed, kablammed, and thank you, ma'am, it's time for a look back at our favorite falls of the day and choose the Motrin Wickedest Wipeout.
It has been a day filled with bone-crunching impacts and gravity-defying falls, but today's pick for Wickedest Wipeout goes to John Rasmussen Jr. in this very round.
John Jr. did a 5-star, 10 out of 10 wipeout while jumping between the tippy tables. That's sure to leave a black mark on the Rasmussen name and black and blue ones on his ribs and face.
One of the most painful-looking Smackdowns I've ever seen. Congrats, Junior.
Join us after the break to find out which family will reign supreme. Will the Rasmussens ride the numbers advantage to the big money? Will Carly win the cash to buy her dream car or save her dad from debt? Or will Mustache Jonathan ruin the party like his mustache has ruined his face?
We'll be right back with all of that here on Wipeout Canada.
Welcome back to Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition. From all across this great nation, 10 families have come forth to prove that their family matters. I expected more family ties from some of these family guys, but the only team to show that talent is all in the family has been the Rasmussen clan from Ancaster, Ontario.
That's right, JT. The competitive John Sr. and desperate to impress John Jr. are the only family to have both members in the Wipeout zone. Joining them are the stay-at-home son, Jonathan Mustache Ruiz, and daddy debt clearer, Carly Platt.
The familial finalists will now face the greatest challenge yet, the Wipeout zone, en route to the ultimate jackpot of $50,000. So, let's see what they're up against.
First up, a blood-curdling plummet down the killer surf. Then a hopefully not literal trip over the deadly drums of the barrel run.
They'll scale the water wall, spring onto the whirling sponge towel spinner, and run the riotous roller.
Finally, a fearful flight over the launch pads to the finishing platform, where they'll smack the button and lock in their time.
Top time takes the title and the cash.
And proves that their family is the awesomest, which is what this show is all about. That and huge, painful-looking wipeouts.
Well, first to tackle the challenge is Carly Platt from Chilliwack, BC.
Carly came to Wipeout Canada with dreams of a new 70s Chevelle in her head.
I'm doing this for the Chevelle!
She sputtered slightly in the qualifier, but left her gambling dad in her rearview mirror in the sweeper. Then, with the fate of the family finances on her tiny shoulders, she grabbed the last spot in the finals.
I'm nervous as hell.
So can Carly win the cash she so desperately desires and her dad so desperately needs? Let's find out. Listen to those shrieks.
Maybe she was thinking about her dad trading her Chevelle in for roulette money. Now heading up to the barrel run and uphill battle like her dad down to his last nickel on the one-armed bandit.
Whoa, the car lover should have worn all-weather sneakers on that one, JT.
That little slip doesn't slow her down any, though. She dodges the barrels like her dad dodging casino security.
Muscle Carly showing a solid top speed here at the water wall in under 40 seconds.
She's now easing onto the wall. You can't help but root for Carly, putting her family ahead of her own dreams. You know, certain kids on the show could learn a thing or two from her.
I still think she should buy her dream car. Then she could just drop her dad off at the casino and be done with it.
I think you're missing the point. Carly moving a lot slower than that car she wants so bad.
If I was her dad, I wouldn't bet on her just yet. Although he already bet me 20 bucks that she'd make it.
Carly's almost across.
Hey, can I borrow 20 bucks?
No. Car lover Carly looking exhausted already. Now she has to hop on the sponge towel spinner. This will take perfect timing and judgment.
Two things her dad is missing.
She jumps and slams on the brakes, now taking some time to think her next move over.
She better hurry up. Two big guys with baseball bats just showed up and asked where they could find Mr. Platt's knees.
She hops off and skids to a stop. Great work.
Carly at the roller. And oh dear.
That looked like it hurt. She started to hydroplane and wound up in a high-speed collision with the roller.
Spun out of control like her dad at the Wheel of Fortune. All right, she's back up at the roller again, and she makes it across this time.
Jumps straight down to the first launch pad, one jump closer to keeping her dad out of a pair of cement shoes.
She leaps, grabs on, she drags herself up, and crosses the finish line in pole position.
So Carly Platt posts the time to beat of 3 minutes, 48 seconds, and she and her dad can breathe a little easier.
A little bit.
At least for now.
A little bit.
Her first challenger is the elder of the 2 remaining Rasmussens from Ancaster, Ontario. This is John Sr.
Competitive dad John Sr. set out to prove to his son he hadn't lost a step in the qualifier. And although the old man had fallen and couldn't get up in the sweeper, he was the first to cross the tippy tables, earning him the right to rest his weary old bones until the wipeout zone.
Woo! It's do or die time now for John Sr. He wants to prove once and for all that he can still kick his son's butt.
John Sr. handles the drop like a man. An old man, but a man nonetheless. Quickly up to the barrel run, this part can be tricky.
You know, I heard you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but John Sr. is leaping like a young pup out there.
He's at the water wall 10 seconds ahead of Carly's pace.
Carefully climbs on, and he's really taking his time here.
Which is scary because he can't have all that much left. He has to have seen this downpour coming. He mentioned that his old trick elbow was acting up.
We can make fun, but Mr. Rasmussen is putting together a great run so far. He clearly wants his son to both admire and fear him.
See, that's just good parenting.
It's really hard to breathe under that water.
John Sr. steps off the water wall and is now staring down the sponge towel spinner.
He takes no time, jumping straight on, and slowly climbs to his feet.
I think I heard his knees crack. I hope it was his knees. He takes a leap and falls off the side. Not so tough now, are you, John Sr.?
Hey, grow up.
Why don't you grow up?
Oh, real mature.
That's what you aren't.
He's back onto the spinner. Leaps, and this time he makes it.
Should have done that the first time.
Now with the roller. Oh!
Never a comfortable wipeout for the male contestants. John Sr. must just be happy he's had all the kids he plans to.
I don't know, seeing how John Jr. turned out, he may want to take another swing at it, but the roller really basakta-meat it to him.
Thought he had it in the bag.
Way behind now, looking like he'll have to pass the Rasmussen torch to his son, which is a terrifying prospect for him, I'm sure. His time has run out. Well, that'll do it for John Sr. Looks like all the Rasmussen family's hopes and dreams will be pinned on John Jr. Sorry in advance to all of them.
So 1 down, 2 to go.
Yeah, I hope them all the best. Yeah.
So Carly Platt holds on to the lead for now, but fails miserably in the trash talking department.
Join us after the break to find out if little John Rasmussen Jr. turns from boy to man before his dad's very eyes by taking over the top spot.
Or will it be Jonathan Ruiz, moocher and mustache master, who will continue his dominance and cement a position in Wipeout Canada history? Or in his mom's basement?
Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition right after this. Welcome back to Wipeout Canada Family Smackdown Edition, where daughter of a degenerate gambler, Carly Platt, currently holds the lead with 2 challengers remaining.
It's been a bloody, blood-on-blood battle all day today, and the exciting conclusion is now at hand. The next contestant is ready, and I, for one, can't wait to laugh at, see this.
He'll show you. He'll show all y'all. You just watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second scrawnier half of the Rasmussen clan, John Jr. John Jr. showed off one of the many reasons no girls are calling the house in the qualifier. He showed up his old man by outlasting him in the sweeper, then matched him step for step in the dizzy dummy.
Now, can John Jr. show his dad he's a man's man by picking up the family slack and bringing home the cash? This is his last shot.
He's down now with Jessica to talk about how the $50,000 would change his life.
When was your first kiss?
No first kiss.
Aw, when do you think you'll have your first kiss?
If I win $50,000, feel free to call anytime. Enter phone number here.
Very nice guy.
Ouch, does he also have a great personality?
Nice might be the kiss of death, but on the bright side, maybe that counts as his first kiss.
Yeah! And John Jr. sets off down the killer surf.
Oh, nice landing. Showed great balance and stayed right on top of the tube.
Anyone impressed yet? Anyone? No? Oh, that's what I thought. John Jr. now showing off what you can learn sitting in your room alone playing video games.
Whoa, face plants at the end of the ramp. Hope he has an extra life.
I don't think he has a life.
Next up, the water wall. Climbs on and is moving well. Wow, he's just flying across.
I guess that's something you can learn sitting in your room alone reading Spider-Man comics.
John Jr. dismounts the wall now, gets set to board the sponge towel spinner, jumps. Oh, awkward landing.
And an even more awkward recovery.
He's like holding between two of them.
I'd say he's like the bottle and spin the bottle, but he'd have no idea what I was talking about.
He's posing for all the ladies. Ah!
And he's down!
John Jr. couldn't stick the landing and got stuck between a rock and a soft place until gravity ultimately overpowered his noodly limbs.
After the difficult swim back, John 2.0 is back up for Sponge Towel Spin 2.0. Takes a quick spin, dismounts safely, and he's at the roller.
He wastes no time, quick feet, and oh no, can't keep up, and for some reason tries to hang on to the spinning roller.
You know, I didn't think he was that lonely.
But despite the fall, he's still making out all right.
Which is impressive since he's never actually made out with anything before. Past the roller now, and jumps down to the first trampoline.
I think he beat me.
Carly might be right. Only a few seconds to go. John Jr. drags himself up, urging himself along.
I get the feeling he does a lot of things by himself.
He hops across and stops the clock, and he's done it.
First guess, do you?
So John Jr. finally earns his dad's respect by finishing what he started, knocking off Carly Platt for the top spot. So much for that dream car and her dad's legs.
Nah, he'll be fine. I lost 7 G's to him on John Jr.'s run just now. Only one man can ruin John Jr.'s underdog run and possibly his first shot at a girlfriend, Jonathan Mustache Ruiz. Despite claiming he'd stay in Mom Laurel's basement if he won, he showed a lot of motivation and style in the qualifier.
Let's get your mustache nice and clean for you. Oh, there you go.
After displays of fearlessness, grace, and wispy facial hair, Jonathan went on to dominate the sweep around and bummed a ride straight to the wipeout zone.
Mom, see you at the bottom.
Hey, don't drag her down with you.
And the mustache is off, like all mustaches should be, and a big splash at the bottom.
With $50,000, maybe he'd at least consider installing a pool for himself in his parents' backyard.
At the barrel run, whoa, look at that, easily clears a double barrel. Hey, like his mom says, he can do anything he puts his mind to.
He just normally puts his mind to doing nothing.
Clinging to the wall like he does to his mommy, and he's flying.
He's just motoring.
Yeah, he's having a great run right now.
John Jr. has had that same look on his face all day, so I have no idea if he's scared or happy right now.
The mustache is clean on the spinner, up and bracing himself against a roll, like at home, not quite ready to move on, but he spots the exit platform and lands it.
At the roller now in under a minute, a remarkable run so far. He shuffles ahead, and oh, he's off.
Jonathan finally decided to apply himself for once in his life, but his well-trained lazy bones just couldn't keep up on the roller.
That slip cost him valuable time. Now will he step up like his mom has in supporting him, or give up like he has on his idea of independence?
He easily crosses a stationary roller and leaps onto the first launch pad. Quickly up to the second, he is looking very strong. A final leap to the finish platform, and he hits the red button. Did he do it? He did!
No.
The stay-at-home son scorches the track and ousts the never-been-kissed kid.
That's not who I was hoping for.
Nevertheless, let's head down to Jessica with our winner and the loser.
Good work, good work. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Oh, he didn't even want to kiss me.
Oh man, the biggest wipeout of the whole competition.
Dude.
John Jr. about to enjoy a fantasy held by the majority of our viewers, failed hard.
No wonder he's never been kissed. He doesn't know how.
Aw.
Shut down by a 19-year-old who's never been kissed before. It's brutal. But you just won Wipeout Canada. You won $50,000. Woo!
That is...
Well, the final result in this family smackdown for the Ruizes, a fully grown mustachioed man living in his parents' basement and now has more money than they do.
A truly Canadian conclusion. Join us next time for another Thrill-A-Minute, Spill-A-Minute episode of Wipeout Canada. I'm Ennis Esmer.
I'm Jonathan Torrens, and for Jessica, shot down by a geek on national television Phillips, good night and good wipeouts.
No, I've had that happen to me before.
With your cat?
I mean, yeah, sometimes she's just fussy, and I'll be like, and she's like, you know? But you gotta accept that. You gotta just respect it, you know? And then other times it's all, oh, pay attention to me. I'm like, I'm sleeping.
Go on.
You know, I've got people over. I'm busy online gaming. Do you mind?